Hello, Molly. For once, we're on time and we're not cussing. Before,
Woohoo!
woo, that's another.
Nor are we talking about Prince William. Yum,
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 yum.
yum. How
How's it
are
going,
you,
girl?
Molly?
I
How
asked you first, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. It hasn't stopped raining here at all.
That's
I mean,
good for your crops and stuff.
no, no.
Is
I
it
mean,
too much rain?
pardon me.
Is it too much rain?
It doesn't stop raining. We need
Oh,
sunshine because the water. When I tell you it hasn't stopped raining for 7 days, I mean I'm gonna go outside later. When we're done, and I'm gonna show you. It's gonna continue for 4 more days. Apparently, this is a global thing that's happening.
mm-hmm. Well,
So I don't
girl,
know.
I live in the rain, basically. The snow and the rain in my igloo here, Right now it's cold here also. It's very cold. It's raining. It's literally raining buckets. I had to pull out my rain boots today for the first time this year.
No, but here also,
Yeah.
I don't put my things. You know what? I walk around with these rubber thingies outside because it's so warm. So
Yeah.
there's a difference between warm rain and cold rain. I kind of really miss doing my walks in Norway in the snow. I used to love that. It's because you can walk forever, guys, and it felt so great.
Did you walk in the snow with ballerina flats like Meghan Markle used to do in Toronto?
No, no, no. I don't recall that. Recollections, they're so
Mhm.
funny, those things. But hasn't stopped raining here and it's gonna continue, which is a bitch a little bit.
Yeah, look,
I
raining
thought we would start.
everywhere.
What do you want to start? We have some topics, guys, because we're trying to be more professional. So but I thought, why don't we make Megan paranoid?
Sure.
Why
Let's
don't we
you
make
start it. Kick it off.
let's kick it off here because apparently her mole is very high up and still working for her. This woman must be combing because she takes the phones away from people. The maid said that she was made to leave the phone and they were given phones and then emptied the what you call it, the blind item, saying the same thing. But
Mhm.
this woman must be combing everybody's phones and social media because I mean, what do you make of this, Molly?
She's probably losing her shit right now, to be honest. And I feel bad for whatever employees there are left because she must be completely bat crazy right now, like losing her mind. I could see her like going through a rampage, like just screaming and yelling, "Who did it? Which one of you gave out the information? You tell me now!" Like she would be a nut job. I would not want to be anywhere in that woman's presence with this going on.
I mean, can you imagine? What do you think this woman is capable of? But you mentioned that she put out this Us Weekly article. She even had a formal COO. Remember that girl, that Hindu girl or whatever,
Mandana
talking
Dayani.
yeah, that they're best mates.
You mean how Megan tried to pretend like she was an Iranian woman just like her, and they went to that panel when that Iranian chick was taken out by the Iranian government? Remember, Megan was like that whole look at my hair and all this stuff like that, and she was just trying to pretend like she was an advocate for Iranian girls' rights and stuff like that. But that was just for only like 2 minutes, and then it was forgotten about.
Who's
But
this
yeah,
chick? Who's this chick?
that was
Toya
Toya.
Yes, used to work for the Sussex as global press secretary. What is she saying now?
Who knows? Megan probably called them and said, "You need to make some kind remarks about me." The bully is literally bullying staff members to make nice comments about her to these sources and these magazines.
Absolutely. I mean, and this man grabbing the queen, manhandling the Queen Matilda of Belgium, he has forgotten respectful training. You don't manhandle the queen. You
He's
bow to
forgotten
her.
protocol. He's forgotten his entire protocol, Paula, because I bet you he didn't even bow his head to her because that's what he's supposed to do. You're supposed to bow your head and then you kiss the queen's hand. Some people don't, some people do, but you don't put your hands all over them and start hugging them. He has totally morphed into Meghan Markle and does all the same gross, classless, disgusting behaviors. Like, it's like he's lost all of his manners.
It's absolutely appalling, because he thinks he's on the same even keel with with the Queen of Belgium. I love Belgium. I love living there. But this is the article you're talking about. Harry and Meghan's kindness happens behind closed doors. I thought that he was a global humanitarian.
Mm-hmm. But the
That's
fact
the chick,
that
right? That's the chick.
this is when they were dressed for that event, when that Iranian girl was taken out by the Iranian government because she was showing her hair, remember? Her
Oh
name
yeah,
was
he refused with the Iranian T-shirt.
Yeah. And Mandana is actually, I think she's Iranian herself. So obviously Meghan was trying to look like her, and they put her center stage to talk about advocating for women in Iran to be able to wear their hair out and stuff. Like, piss off. Piss off.
Yeah, I mean, and the funny thing is that she did the same now, Nigerian. I'm surprised she didn't say she was 43 Colombian. Remember when there was a time when she said that her looks, what they were so ambivalent, that she could play Italian, she could play Middle Eastern, she could play a California girl. Remember when she said all those things?
Yeah. She claimed that she would wear yellow and she could play an African American woman, or she would wear red and she could morph into a Latino woman. Like, she's so dumb. The shit that comes out of her mouth just constantly proves how uneducated she really is and how stupid she really is.
And the Hollywood Reporter is doubling down.
Not only that, not only the Hollywood Reporter, my dear, but also there was another one. I think the Daily Beast came out dropped a new article this morning. The Daily Beast dropped an article where they came out doubling down, saying Meghan Markle was a demon who had psycho moments as a boss. People who worked for her have told the Daily Beast. The punches are coming, buddy. You cannot go through your entire life treating people like garbage. You can't go and mock the queen and make fun of her and mock curtsy to her and not expect the full force of karma in the universe to come and smack you in that ugly face of yours.
Smack the
It's
shit
going
out
to
of her.
happen. It's going to happen, and karma is here. You can't go around treating people like garbage and expect no one to not say anything.
No, and you know what? You know why though? Because, and this is one of the things I've always said, Molly, that before she was in the royal family, nobody cared for her life. But even then, she was a known bully. Remember that guy, that Reitman's interview or whatever, when she filmed that he posted that Facebook thing saying that she was horrible and difficult and all kinds of things. This is way before. This is way before. Like this happened. Like she was before she was known. Before she was an unknown bully. Now that she's a known bully, I mean, it can't be good, can it?
She actually thought that the thing that is funny, and I know it's because she is a narcissist, you got away with it the first time in the UK.
Yeah.
You would think if Meghan was as smart as she claims she was, and like she loves to tell us how smart she is, maybe you would have taken a couple pointers from that and maybe done a couple things differently. But it's like she came to the US and just did the same shit that she was doing in the UK, treating everyone like garbage, being mean to them, being mean to the staff. And she thought that just because she was the Duchess of Sussex of the UK, that she would be protected. Not in the States, darling. Americans don't mess with royals. They don't believe in royalty. That's why they kicked your asses out a long time ago.
You know what I was thinking though?
Mm-hmm.
The guy from Hollywood Reporter, he works with this online thing, Radar Online, and Radar Online was by Ron Burkle, remember?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mentioned it, right?
Yeah,
I was
that's why
the
I'm
one who
asking you
I
because
told
you.
you guys that the co-editor of The Hollywood Reporter who sat down and did the interview with Access Hollywood,
Mhm.
his name, Mayor Roshan, was actually the founder of Radar Online. So clearly, this guy has had lots of connections for a long time. And not only that, I also mentioned that he got backing, financial backing for his website through Ron Burkle and Jeffrey Epstein. They were the two main backers. So with Meghan like trying to basically Piers Morgan Mayor Roshan and try to like get him removed from his post, she messed with the wrong person. And now the hits are just going to keep coming because at the end of the day, all of these media outlets in the States or in LA, wherever they're located, they're all closely connected, right? They are all going to like basically, if they want to go in on you, they're going to go in on you. And that's what they're doing right now. They are dragging Meghan Markle for absolute filth. I'm here
It's
for it.
brutal.
I'm here for it.
I broke a nail.
Oh, you poor thing. Is that why you went off camera?
Yeah, I mean, I just had them done, like, and now I just broke it.
It's okay. It'll
It's
grow back.
tragedy. No, I know, but it's just I just finally got my manicure where I wanted it, and I know I'm having a Meghan Markle problems right now.
How very Megan of you to make this all about yourself. Trust me, girl, I'm gonna like later on after we finish this live, I'm gonna like make a little like quickie video. I'm gonna drag her for filth for getting dragged for all this bullying stuff. It's like you deserve it. You deserve it. And I always feel like this is the queen's ghost and her karma constantly slapping Meghan Markle down because of the way she treated the queen in her final years, because of the way that she came into the royal family expecting everything to be handed to her, which it was. And I will say that was the royal family's fault for doing that, for giving her so much when she never showed that she was someone that was worthy of everything. Then I feel like this is Meghan's karma. The fact that everything that she has done after leaving the royal family has failed. Everything that she has tried to do has been a complete failure. And this is her karma. I
Yeah,
hope the queen I hope the queen
she's
is
watching.
haunting her.
But I wanted to ask you, why do you think if this guy is supported by Ron Burkle, who's the owner of Soho House, Meghan
Yeah,
Markle's headquarters,
yeah.
um, why do you think he's going after her? Do you think they're not going to protect her anymore? Do you think that this is a strategy to bring Harry back?
I don't know so much about bringing Harry back because who wants Harry back? Who wants Harry back? Nobody wants Harry back. His father, King Charles, might, but besides that, I don't think any royal member wants Harry back. If Harry wants to go back, maybe he can go live with Charles Spencer, because those two are two idiots who love using the memory of Diana and they love sponging off of her legacy. So those two work with each other perfectly. Maybe Harry can go and live in Althorpe with him.
That's gross.
But it's the
That's gross.
truth.
No, but it's the truth. Yeah, I know. But I just find it because I don't think that this man would have gone after Meghan Markle like that without the consent of the higher ups, because they're the ones who are financing him.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that? Don't you think that they would he would be very wary? You can't do that, especially after we saw Charles, the King of England, like within a week or in a week and a half of being crowned, go to Soho House to have lunch with Ron Burkle instead of, when does a king go to somebody? This is why you're king. People go to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
This is what I'm telling you. And now, I mean,
Maybe King Charles went to have lunch with Ron Burkle to ask him if he knows anything about the tapes of his son being roasted chickened in one of their hotel rooms. Who knows? You never know.
smack that. Imagine. So gross. So gross. How much do you think Harry made on that trip? He sure was hopping from one place to another.
Panel hopping Harry.
Yeah.
That, you know what? I can't believe you used to be a respected royal member. And now this is what you're doing, hanging out at panels, giving ridiculous speeches, and then hanging out at some backstage events, having people introduce you to folks who don't even know who you are and don't care who you are. Did you see that clip of him like trying to shake hands with some guy? And the guy didn't even recognize him. And then his wife called him Prince William.
Daisy Fuentes. I know who she is. She used to be.
She used to do MTV and stuff, right? Daisy Fuentes.
Really pretty. She's really pretty.
She's Daisy's really married to that man? That's who it was?
Yes, that's her husband.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, you learn something new every day. There we go. Both. You taught me something today about WhatsApp. By the way, yes, I'm still learning about WhatsApp.
I taught you a secret trick. That's what it is.
Yes, we're sharing tricks. And I wanted to show you something because I want people to understand that Meghan leaked the location of this person, of Harry. And these are Secret Service agents. He didn't have his security there. And he had 2 police cars, one behind him and one in front. All of these paid for by the New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. New York taxpayers are paying for all that. New York taxpayers have enough on their plate already with all the craziness going on there. With all of like the migrants and the illegals that are there that are getting benefits and all of the craziness that is going on. I've talked to the Royal Grift sometimes because she was in that area at the beginning. She was like, Mole, it is so bad. Like people getting high right in front of like where I live. I can't even walk outside my door because there's so much crime and there's so much going on. I think she ended up going to her parents' house and staying there for safety. But it's gotten so bad that like, Harry, you're constantly complaining about security and stuff. Why are you there? But then did you see Justin Trudeau was walking down the streets of New York with like a couple bodyguards, and here this wanker needed like a gaggle of 20 guards with him.
He can't walk anywhere. He can't walk anywhere. That's how. No. You know what I think is he's really retarded. I really do. Look at his face; is not normal.
He's special.
He's special, all right.
He's touched. That's what he is. He's touched.
You know what I was thinking about today? If I kid you not, you know how the Diddy case is going on, how now everybody in Hollywood knew about it, right? Everybody knew about it and nobody did anything. I wonder if everybody in Hollywood knows what Meghan is doing to Harry, because it's very obvious. And if they are okay with it until something really bad happens, and then they go, oh, we knew that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know, man. These two, like, I'm just annoyed at the fact that Harry has a platform to go and speak at these conferences. Who is he representing? King Charles? The UK public?
Everybody else was on behalf of the country.
Yeah. So who is Harry representing at these events?
Well, he was there with a royal title and with police protection. And only when the royals go abroad and do that, they get that. And this is Harry talking, since we're talking about this idiot. This is him at the Clinton Foundation. Look at the titles. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, right? This is the Clinton Global Initiative. So he got paid for this. That's what my
did. Good morning, everybody. Oh, thank you. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the world's first satellite, marking humanity's first stride into the vast expanse of space. And then in 1961, we witnessed a monumental achievement as Yuri Gagarin became the first human to journey into space.
I have to pause here. How long do you think this man repeated that thing to be able to talk? And he has, whatchamacallit?
Teleprompter?
Yeah.
I thought he was, personally myself, Paula, I thought he was wearing an earpiece and having someone feed the lines to him in his ear.
Let's look for it. Let's see.
That captured the imagination of people around the globe. And of course, we cannot forget 1969, when American astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
It looks like he has something in his right ear.
First successful human landing on the moon.
Yeah.
A triumph that showcased the boundless potential of human invention and spirit.
because I don't really see him staring at, like, if he was using a teleprompter, you could see him like reading off of it. Even when it's in front of them, you can see their eyes like scanning it, right?
No, I think he memorized it. I think this man.
No, I don't think nope. Sorry, Paula. Gotta push back. Harry's too dumb to memorize anything, even what day of underwear he has to wear. Okay, he's too dumb for that.
Gross.
Sorry, girl. Gotta
Over the
push
course
back
of
on you on that.
Our history, humankind has dared to exceed the limitations of possibility. We've dreamed the inconceivable. We've built the unimaginable. And as a result, we live in a time where accessibility.
He seems to be reading something there. See that?
Rests in the palm of our hands.
See, look at that.
Yeah.
Yet, while we celebrate global achievements,
I think he has them everywhere.
there is still critical work
He's
to
got
do.
to. He probably has like three,
And
one in
so,
the middle and two,
I stand
one
before
on
you
each
today
side.
to speak
See how he
about the
looks
pervasive
fixated?
threat that our online
Yeah, you're
world
right.
poses to us, especially our children, if we allow the status quo to remain.
Shut up,
In an
Harry.
age where our lives are intertwined with technology, we cannot afford to only see the online world as a space
he's reading.
for profitability,
Yeah.
competition,
You're
and
right.
rapid growth.
100%.
Instead, we must come together to ensure the digital space is one that fosters well-being,
See?
connection, and hope. Young people today are disproportionately affected by negative experiences online and mental health issues stemming from their digital.
I gotta say something. Young people are also affected on in a school bus on their way to school when they're being bullied. You know, and you know what really bothers me about this? That if you were a parent, if Harry actually were a parent, and if he were present in his children's lives, parenting the children, monitoring, being on top of it, he would know that there is something called parental control in all devices.
Mhm.
But then again, you would need to be a present parent in your children's lives. This guy, it's never there, along with Meghan Markle. They're taking vacations away from very young children. They're traveling the world. When they went to Dusseldorf, they went then afterwards to Portugal to take a break without the children.
Mhm.
You know, so because we are all parents. You have a little kid.
Can I just interject here for a second?
Yes, of course.
If they had children. If they have children.
I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm sure many of you in the chat.
Love you back, Polo Mint. Sorry.
No. Yeah. No, you don't ever fucking apologize on my channel.
Interactions. They know it. The statistics prove it.
What
They're
statistics?
navigating an
What statistics? What statistics?
None.
environment
Look at that
is
ugly face of his. Blech.
often hostile and overwhelming. Reports of anxiety.
Where are the reports? Why aren't they putting them in the back of him? You know, so to back what he's saying.
Yeah.
That would have been a presentation. Put back the reports showing this and showing that, right?
Depression and social.
That's what I used to do when I used to do presentations. You know, like I just didn't stand up and talk out of my ass.
Isolation linked to these platforms have surged in recent years, creating a crisis that cannot be ignored. These challenges are compounded by the relentless spread.
See, this is how you can tell that he's reading, because we're in the compounded. He ended the sentence and then the thing started.
Mhm.
Of unreliable and unfounded information,
Like the one he provides.
leaving many feeling isolated, confused, and scared.
That's him.
Yeah, he's talking about himself here.
First-hand experience.
These are not distant problems.
They're not.
They're epidemics currently testing our resolve, and they cannot be ignored. My lock screen is a picture of my kids.
What?
Sure it is, liar.
Go
Show
to town.
it.
Go to town, Molly. Go to town.
Show it. Show it. Turn your screen. Turn your phone screen and show it to the public. Show the audience that you have your 2 phantom dolls on the back of that screen. Please show me. Please show me. Let's see. Does he turn his phone around to the public so that they can see it?
Obviously
No?
not. Obviously not. Obviously not. And what time was it in LA when he was saying that?
No, play it. Let him say it, and then I'll mention it because
Okay,
I went off when I was
I'm
telling
going
you
to back
this.
it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to back it up a little bit. Here we go.
Sorry. I'll shut up.
My lock screen is a picture of my kids. What's yours? These children and thousands more meant the world to their families. The beautiful faces you see before you, their smiles, their dreams, all lost. All too soon, and all because of social media. It's why we launched the Parents Network, a global community that provides crucial support to parents whose children have suffered from the harmful effects of
We have go to town with about the children, Molly, and then we're gonna talk about the parents world global thing where they only had like 3 couples, and the mother of one of them, actually her son didn't die because of social media online abuse. She died because he ordered pills and the pills were the wrong dosage, which has nothing to do with the
Well,
online.
no, not the wrong dosage. They were laced with something else.
Okay. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not like, because he wants to say this is online bullying and they're mixing it all together.
Yeah, Harry and Meghan want censorship. That's what they want. They want to censor people online because they want to put out their North Korean style bullshit propaganda and think that people are dumb enough to believe it. They don't want individuals like yourself, myself, POV, or others who call them out on their bullshit to be able to do that. And Harry, like, okay, Meghan Markle needs to stop writing Harry's speeches. Because I can bet you that she told Harry to, like, oh, reach and grab your phone and then say, my kids are on my lock screen. What's yours? You pompous dumbass. What are you talking about? It sounds so ignorant. It sounds so pompous. It sounds so like you're speaking down to your audience.
Condescending.
Like if you don't have your photo of your children on your phone, then something is wrong with you. You're a bad parent. Bitch, I don't have my child on my phone as the background for safety reasons because I don't want people in the public to see my kid's face when I open my phone. If you cared about the privacy of your children, you wouldn't have that either, you dumb twat. Ugh, I just get so mad. Sorry.
And also he said that he spoke to the kids. He also said he spoke to his kids, FaceTime his kids before he got on stage, right?
When he got on stage, it would have been 10 a.m. Eastern time in New York, where he was. In California, they are, 3 hours back? It would have been 6 a.m. I'm supposed to believe Meghan was with these phantom alleged children at 6 a.m. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all.
And a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, he's never there. The funny thing is, he didn't need to be in person there. He could have done this on video, especially since he's advocating for the environment. So he could have done all of this and lead by example and actually do a video conference, while he was with his children, and he could have shown his children, because he could set the example that he's a present parent.
He's
because
such a liar.
Yeah,
he's such a liar. The amount he lies, he's so full of shit. I'm surprised his eyes haven't turned brown yet because he lies so much. It's ridiculous. I do not have my kid on my phone as my lock screen for security and safety reasons. When you're out, your phone is visible. If you open your phone, I don't want people to see my kid on my phone. What do I have? I have an airstrip. I have an airplane on the back of my phone and a tractor on the inside. I don't have my dog or my child for safety reasons. So Harry sounds like an absolute jackass saying that to people. What's yours? Me.
Yeah. Not only that, if you know that from 0 to 5 years of age are really the formative years of children. Harry spends about 80% away from these kids, along with Meghan Markle. He's either with a surfer bitch or with a surfer chick, or he's traveling, making useless trips. This trip, he didn't need to be in New York. He could have set an example and say, you know what? We are here preaching about the environment. I'm not going to take the trip to New York. I'm going to be, I'm going to be doing the, whatchamacallit, video conferences, and then, I'm going to go to, I don't even know why he's coming to the UK or something like that for that. I don't even know why.
Well child.
Yeah, that is absolutely. That is absolutely.
I'm so grossed out. You know what? That's a good idea. One of the comments was, I'm surprised you don't have a igloo as my lock screen. I should put an igloo as my lock screen now. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but they're terrible parents. You know that a
Yeah,
parent,
they
you
are.
need to be present in your child's life. You don't
Yeah.
need to take holidays away from toddlers. That's
Mhm.
not how it works. I
I
mean,
I take my little one everywhere with me. Everywhere. And Harry and Meghan, have the means and the funds to take their two children with them everywhere, and they don't. They don't.
yeah, I take Henrik everywhere, and he's 23. But when he's here with me, we go everywhere together. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like in like city. Yeah, granted, she's a furry baby, but she goes everywhere with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, but we're talking. When Henrik was small, I wouldn't go anywhere without him. I don't understand that. And it's like you plan your vacations around the children. Whenever I went away with Henrik somewhere, I would look at first at like what was fun to do for him. So we
Mhm.
would have the entire morning, and then in the afternoon we'll do like one event that was mine that I liked. You know,
Yeah.
and then because but then I would get him all exhausted doing museums, walking around the cities, aquariums, yeah, all of that, right?
Mhm.
And then
Well,
when he was tired,
you know what, with his phone screen? I think Harry's lock screen is Meghan's face.
yeah, that
That's
will
what it would be.
control him.
Because the thing is that if you remember in their Netflix special, when she showed that Harry was calling her, it was her face that would show up when he was calling her. It said has calling, and it was her face and not his. So I think it would be her face everywhere. Like you cannot get away from her.
But let's listen to else what he says.
of social media. And it is because of them that we at the Archwell Foundation are committed to this
Oh,
issue.
you're right.
Through trauma-informed practices, our network helps parents come together to forge strong bonds,
See, he's reading.
offering healing
Yeah,
support
you're right.
through community. This safe and free-to-access peer support not only offers invaluable resources and advice, it is guided by a licensed facilitator, ensuring that no one has to navigate this journey.
But there are a bunch of, I mean, I did a video about it and I show over in like 10 seconds, like support for parents. I got like over 100 easily in just the first page. So free support already in the state of California,
Mhm.
you know? And he said that they have somebody licensed to do what? She lost her license.
Yeah. It's all
Licensed
a
to do
scam.
what?
It's all a scam. It's all just a way for them to harvest people's information to say, oh, go to the website, sign up. So when you sign up, you're giving your email, you're giving your first name, sometimes you're giving your last name. And then Harry and Meghan are taking that information and selling it to third party data companies. That's what they're
Absolutely.
doing. That's
That's
all
money.
that this is. That whole thing, American Riviera Orchard, when she put up the website and it was just like oh, put in your email. It was just a landing page asking for an email and then they would update you. I can just imagine the amount of people that went on that landing page and put in their email and how much information she got just from that alone, and nothing's come from it.
I just want to say something. Kathy Olney, Paula, under this video, you're merching our t-shirts. Yes, because I'm taking advantage of the fact that her what you call it, the brand, the patent for
Trademark.
her trademark got canceled. So I am actually selling merch using her her logo, which was rejected, to show her how to make money. So why not? So I'm making fun of it, pretty much. So I hope you get that. I thought it was obvious, but I'm just saying here.
Alone. Our platform provides opportunity for parents to turn their pain into purpose, ultimately changing the very system that stole their child. As the digital landscape has evolved, we've seen rising polarization, social unrest, and a disconnect that often manifests itself in violence and fear. Personal social connections have fallen secondary to alternative digital realities. These platforms are designed.
You're muted.
What the hell is he talking about?
He talks like Megan. It's all bullshit. Just make your point, expand on your point, and move out. This is just a bunch of word salad, gobbledygook, make no sense whatsoever. Like, shut up. He even gives his speeches like Meghan with all the pauses and everything now. Goodness gracious.
And this is the part that we're going to come, because now he's talking about these platforms. These platforms are YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to listen to this idiot blab. Okay. Yeah, it's tyranny, it's censorship. This is, and the thing is, he's been talking for how many minutes and we still don't know anything?
Yeah.
I mean, I kid you not. I still am trying to understand what the hell he's talking about. Okay. Other than he has his kids on those made up children. Do you have the picture that you sent me of his kids, Molly? Because we
Yeah,
should.
I do. I can send it to you again.
Okay, well, let's
Aimed
listen to
to
this.
create addiction. Young people are kept there. Platforms are designed to create addiction. Young people are kept there by mindless, endless, numbing scrolling, being force-fed content that no child should ever be exposed to. It's not free will.
Wait a minute. Didn't he say that he would him and Meghan Markle said that Meghan Markle just came out and said that she spends the majority, most of her time Googling. Am I mute?
No, I'm listening.
Okay. Didn't she say that? And didn't Angela Levin come out and say that Harry told her that he spends hours looking at the comments on articles about him?
Yeah, well, Meghan literally gave herself away when she mentioned that newborn mothers do nothing but scroll all the time. I mean, when my little one was a newborn, I did not have my phone. Like, I was too busy for my phone. I was either being milked by my little one and he was drinking milk all the time, or I was tired and changing diapers. Like, that's your whole life for the first month when your newborn is born. Like, I barely spent time or was too tired to even be on my phone. Like, they constantly talk about not knowing anything about the internet because they don't spend time on the internet. They're not on these platforms, but then they think that they can give a speech like this, which is about nothing, but really they're just a couple of ghouls who are living off of the tragedy of others. They're milking the tragedy of real tragedies that some people have gone through to push their own censorship agenda. That's it.
And I just need to point out that some sources told me, because I have friends who work at the UN. I used to work there for a while. He got a little bit under $1 million from different people. The biggest ones were the African Parks people, the gala that he was going to
Last night.
last night,
Yeah.
that he got about $500,000. This is all free of tax. Okay. So this is what I was told. So this is why you saw him panel whoring himself, from one to one. He was panel hopping. Is that how you say it, Molly?
Yeah. Panel hopping. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, now he's talking about YouTube. This is a platforms that he's talking people get addicted to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently we rob people of free will.
Apparently.
I, like many of you, did not grow up with a phone. Young people today possess an incredible understanding of technology that older generations
He's reading.
may struggle to grasp. They are digital natives, adept at navigating online spaces and spotting harmful trends. Their artistry and fresh perspectives allow them to envision solutions that we might overlook.
He's reading.
Mm-hmm.
They are also part of a collective who use their voice to speak up when something is wrong.
And that's when you come in and quash it.
Deep commitments to social justice and inclusivity drive them to advocate for a future that we can be proud of.
Oh my God, he's doing a Meghan Markle, that be proud of, like how Meghan Markle.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying she needs to stop writing these speeches because they're all a bunch of hot air. Nothing.
But just listen to that. Listen to that, Molly.
Advocate for a future that we can be proud of.
Bitch.
So we must empower them. We must listen to their experiences, understand their perspectives, and provide them with the resources that they need to navigate and shape the digital world. something that we keep at the core of our work.
Oh, yeah, right.
We must raise them to know that IQ without EQ will always fall short. We must provide them with spaces to innovate and advocate for.
Well, maybe you would teach that to your kid if you were there.
How about giving a little bit of consideration to the Sussex Survivors Club? You know, the people that you and your wife bullied, and let them come out and share their experiences. How about that? How about that?
How can he be there? How can, unless, didn't they miss? Auntie told us that there was that the first day of school, the parents had a meeting and they weren't there. They were partying it up in Colombia.
Yeah, he did say that.
How about being a present parent? Because all of this but bullshit that I don't even know what he's still talking about.
Yeah.
Solutions that prioritize safety, respect, and empathy.
The Queen of
And while we
England.
embolden both youth and parents
Prince
to be in the
Philip,
conversation,
your father, your brother, Princess
Catherine.
Catherine, their children. Hello, like this, you know what? First of all, when you're giving a speech, this goes, Meghan wrote it because it's too damn long.
Yeah.
Your speech at one of these events should be under 3 minutes, if long 5 minutes at most. Like, get to the point, make your pointers, and get out. God, he looks so dumb.
Well, he got paid about $200,000 for that speech from the Clinton Foundation. So I think he had to. I mean, this guy was getting paid. Remember when Harry and when Meghan said, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this."
Yeah.
Because people are saying, why is he doing exactly the same thing that he was doing when the royal family, but doing it, they don't understand it because they weren't being paid before. Now they're getting paid. But people don't understand that they were being paid because Charles was giving them about $4 million a year.
£4.5 million was
Four
their
and a half-
allowance.
That's almost $7 million or $6 million as pocket money for them. This is on top of having all of their expenses covered, their housing covered, everything. That was pocket change. So him and Meghan Markle are getting about $6 million a year from Charles, from the Duchy of Cornwall, as salary.
And you know what's crazy? They were using that money that Charles was giving to them as allowance to set up their PR and Chris Boozy and all that shit to attack the royal family. That allowance money was being used to pay for the bot farms and the Sussex squads and all that bullshit. That's what it's gone to.
Yeah, but this is what people are saying, Molly. Oh, but we don't understand. And you know what really bothers me? The hypocrisy of all the reporters, the mainstream media. They know that Harry's getting paid. And they don't want to talk. It's so dumb that he quit the royal family and he's doing exactly the same thing that he used to do in the royal family. But now he's doing it on his own. He's earning on this. There's not one charitable bone in this asshole's body.
Yeah.
How about Liketso? How about Liketso?
Yeah, I agree.
The Baca people. Yeah. Compassion, equity, IQ without EQ.
He's an idiot.
We must also hold those in power accountable.
Not you, buddy. Because we're going to get to the
global
visa.
Ministerial meeting focused on ending violence to children will take place in Colombia this November.
Sorry.
And it is where, for the first time, there can be global agreement on prioritizing.
I just want to say something. The reason why one of the reasons I went to Colombia is because Meghan Markle did not get invited to the World conference to end children's violence in November, and because you can register but only by invitation, and because they didn't get invited, Meghan Markle wrote to that idiot VP, that corrupt VP, Francia Marquez, hoping that she could intercede on her behalf. And the whole point of it was first is to create such expectations about that they would be invited, basically to force the hand of this Swedish government and WHO. Because it's the World Health Organization that's doing this. This is why Harry's mooching with the World Health Organization, because they want to go there as panel experts. That's what they're doing. This is why they're with the WHO. And this is why he's mentioning Colombia, because they want to be in Colombia the 7th, 6th, and 7th of November in that conference as expert members of the panel.
Mm-hmm.
This is why he's mentioning now.
Child safety and protection online.
Oh, and he does that, Meghan Markle. He waits for them to clap. He
They
waits
were
for them
probably
to clap.
clapping for him to get the hell off the stage.
Yeah.
Our laws and regulations are different state to state, country to country. We may have different backgrounds, viewpoints, beliefs, and even access to the internet itself. But the one thing that we can universally agree on is the safety of our children. So why do the leaders of these insanely powerful social media companies still refuse to change?
Oh, shut
Why are
up.
we holding them to the lowest ethical standards?
Shut up.
Because you are an example. He's an example of the low standards. That man has absolutely no business. And we're going to fucking finish that because this man has absolutely zero business being on that stage.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is they're the reason and the reason why it's not Meghan Markle, because a lot of people are wondering why Meghan Markle isn't there, is because Harry, being the blood royal, still carries out a lot more weight than Meghan Markle. And they are trying to get themselves invited to that World Conference of Children against children in Colombia. That's the whole. This is why they're mentioning it now. This is why the Clinton Foundation is lending, because they want to come across as experts. They're building their CV. This is why CBS released that extended interview of Meghan Markle. Oh, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. And I mean, that's really, really disturbing. I mean, so guys, it's part of the thing. And I wanted, since we're on that one, Molly, I wanted to talk about this that you posted, which is absolutely insane for people to understand what we're dealing with here. By the way, follow Molly on X.
I did a live about this. Where I ripped into it. Yeah. You want to read it?
Yeah, well, no, you read it. Remember, I'm dyslexic.
Okay. So it says a Canadian Armed Forces veteran who was a poster boy for Canada's 2023 Invictus Games team now says he is thousands of dollars out of pocket after learning he was not covered by medical insurance for injuries he sustained while representing his country. Scott Snow went to Dusseldorf, Germany to participate in archery, rowing, and wheelchair rugby. During his first rugby match, the wheelchair he was using toppled backwards, slamming him into the court floor and injuring his head, neck, and spine. Nearly a year and 2 surgeries later, Snow told CBC News he has had to pay thousands of dollars to cover assisted living arrangements and has been forced to abandon some therapy altogether for financial reasons. So the issue here is that number one, Invictus, this looks bad because Invictus, this is the video. Play the video and then I'll talk to you about it.
That's where he fell down and he hurt himself.
Make it larger. Can you make it full screen? Is that okay? Yeah, and then you can see his head bounce off the floor. It'll show it closer.
Oh, when you see it like that, you want to reach over and just,
Nobody ran over, Paula. There were no medics there that ran over. Nobody went over to help him. And this veteran already had 12 surgeries from in the past due to stuff related to
just watching, he fell on his coccyx.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that.
These chairs should have restraints on the back. They didn't even give them proper equipment to be playing on. And not a dime. So why? He should. 1 year has already passed from it. He needs to hurry up, get a lawyer, and sue Invictus Games for this. They got all this money for what then? You're not even giving these veterans, there aren't that many participants there. You're trying to tell me because he's a retired veteran and not currently serving, he doesn't deserve any kind of coverage? That's what they're saying to him. He should get coverage regardless.
Yeah, you mean to tell me they're not insured for damage?
No, the only ones that
serious.
Yeah. Within the article, I did a huge live about this, and it's on my live section. And basically, they told him, well, you are a retired veteran. you are not covered. But if you were a current serving Canadian military, then yes, you would have some insurance through, you would just send in your card. It's horrible.
Why
The
this
thing
is
that
the
bothered,
one
like,
that says in the Invictus Games scandal? Is that the one that
yes,
says?
that one, yes.
Let me just. I just want to show.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just.
I got so upset, and I got to shout out, like, it was actually a subscriber of mine who emailed it to me in the morning, and I looked at it and I was just like, oh my God, I got so mad at it, and it's making me upset all over again.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
No, it's okay. Like, you don't treat veterans like that. The fact that he wasn't given proper equipment in the first place, that's a huge safety issue. These are injured veterans. This gentleman had 12 surgeries prior for injuries he sustained as when he was serving.
I can't believe
I
it.
can't believe they let it get this far for it to hit the media. Like, you should have taken care of it. And especially with all of these organizations that are involved that are pulling six-figure like deals in, you can afford to pay for this man's surgery. But yeah, that was the live that I did on it.
I'm putting the link, guys, because if you want more details about it, please
He
go watch.
wasn't pink lapel. He wasn't wearing a restraint because the chairs didn't even have restraints. They were given faulty equipment from the beginning. The equipment didn't even come up to standard.
We have why the Lumbee that you, as a UK citizen, you'll never support it. You should write to your government because the government just gave him 27 million pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, so if you have a say in your government, that's one way to go about it. You know, it's one way to deal with this absolute farce of things. So we watch Harry. That's when you please remember when you're there that Harry wants to be in Colombia, and we're going to see a surprise trip to Colombia probably because they're trying to get themselves invited at the conference, at the World Conference, because it's by invitation only. Because I know there's a link that says that you can click here to register, but that's only if you've been invited, and it had been extended to August 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't know if they extended it again. Let me see. World Conference. I'm just going to show you guys because they want to become whatchamacallit, experts. They want to become experts. Here we go. I'm going to show you guys what it's like. So you'll see it right now. It's the first global. This is why he's mentioning it again. The reason why he's mentioning it is in Bogota, Colombia, the 7th and 8th. And it says here, bold new together we can demonstrate. Let me see if it says access the program. Let me see if they're there.
I don't see it.
No, it's coming here. Opening soon. We have UNSG, Sweden, Colombia, the video, DG WHO, Ed, UNICEF, Adult Survivor, Children and Youth, Voices for Change. That sounds very much Meghan Markle and Harry. I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to get a little thing there. And then this is high level panel 1. This is where they wanted to be in these panels. Okay. High level panel 2, ending violence against children. This is why Harry's speaking like that. Then the spotlight, blah, blah, blah. And then you have the coffee break. So they want to be high level panel. They want to be, you have the UF presentations, is the UN representatives. This is why Harry's in the UN. Meet the ministers and intergenerational conversation, children, youth, and decision makers. And then day 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you have these people here, and let's see who's going to be there, because I don't know if they're going to have that. It doesn't say who participates. Focus. Okay, here we have Arigato. Focus on faith, parents, global initiative to support parents. This is what the people that they have, but they don't have all the people listed there. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they end up being there, because before you used to have register here, you know, for you to register here, but they gave a deadline until no. Oh shit! I'm on the other one. Let me show it to you, Molly. It's here. Sorry, I was in the program. Here's the program. Sorry, guys. This is the program. You see? Mm-hmm. Opening ceremony, you have the UNSG, Sweden, Colombia, and this is what you have here. And then this is where they wanted to be the panels that I was saying there, you know, high level panel. They want to be part of that panel. ending violence against children, what it will take and what is a stake. Okay. And then you have pledges, up to 10 ministers, each make 2-minute pledges, high personal stories, fireside chat, high profile champions.
Is Meghan going to make up a story as a
Probably.
survivor of something?
Look at the extended interview by CBS,
Yeah.
where she says she's a survivor.
Do you have a copy of it? Can you send it to me in
Yes,
WhatsApp?
we can,
Send it
yeah,
after.
but we
Send
can
it after. I gotta watch it.
watch it right now. We can put a little clip of this,
Okay.
where she's saying that that she is a survivor. I'm gonna, because I sent it to myself. Let me see. Hold on. I have it here because she has extended interview. It's 23 minutes from the 8. They went to the from the 8 minutes they went to 23 minutes, which is extended interview. So and it's so terrible because they go there's something really terrible that they do, that they say, oh, look at the body language that Harry loves you. Okay, I kid you not. Here, wait. Here, I'm gonna watch it now with you. I'm gonna send it to you so you can react to it. This is the extended interview, okay?
Okay.
So you see, this is Meghan Markle here.
Very loving husband.
Wait.
You were afraid you would do it. And yet you were reluctant to tell your husband because you didn't know how he would react. And how did Harry react? Oh, he's a
Stop. Can you pause it there?
loving husband.
Take this comment down. But did you see when Jane was talking to her about how did your husband react, and Meghan has a smile on her face, like the smile comes out? Jane looks horrified because Jane herself is a survivor, a true survivor. She went through some horrific things that if I mention, this entire stream will get demonetized. So, like, she does not believe Meghan's bullshit either.
But
Like,
this is why it makes it worse, that she lent herself for this farce.
yeah.
Because there's no, I'm sorry, trigger warning. There's no fucking way on earth you're gonna get me, somebody who actually went through shit with my ex-husband, and all the things that I went through, to lend myself and my name to this. Because Meghan Markle, you're gonna watch the smile on this woman and the body language when she said that Harry's very loving. Harry's not even having any eye contact with her.
Yeah.
He's not even reaching out to her. The body
You're talking about ending your life. Who laughs and smiles about that?
Oh, it gets worse when she talks about the parents.
Play it.
I will.
Play.
To tell your husband because you didn't know how he would react.
Look at
And
this
how
smirk.
did Harry react?
Look right there.
Oh, he's a very loving husband. So I'm here. I think
I know you're
what
here.
you're saying to me really also speaks to the courage that these parents that you'll have more time with. Do you know what it takes for them to talk about this experience?
Why is she smiling?
And how brave they are to talk about this experience for other families and other parents.
What's with her vocal fry? She's trying to imitate Julia Roberts' voice.
Yeah,
to relive that grief, but to do it in such a purpose-driven way.
It's incredible that Harry does not reach out to his loving wife in a loving way when she's talking about something so traumatic.
Help save other children.
Then for mental health awareness.
And this idiot talks about, and then Meghan Markle goes here.
But they could. Suffered a loss, think that they couldn't. But they could.
They certainly could. And that's, I think, one of the scariest things that we've learned over the course of the last 15, 17 years that social media's been around, and more so recently, is the fact that it could happen to absolutely anybody. I mean, we always talk about, in the olden days, if your kids were under your roof.
So angry that he's talking. She's so pissed off that he dared to open his mouth
rabbit holes,
and
before you know it, within 24 hours, they could be taking their life.
Our kids are young. They're 3 and 5. They're amazing. But all you want to do is
can she look? This is something that's really, really always. I mean, Molly, when you and I are talking about our children, we don't look away.
No.
We don't look down. It's like, I'm like, look at Henrik. Look, here's the picture. Look.
I don't suck on my dentures or anything like she did. Did you hear it in the background? When she said my kids are 3 and 5, and then you hear sucking. Like she's sucking on her dentures. So she's full of shit. She's full of shit. End of story.
Affect them. And so as we can see what's happening in the online,
Well, you
change
hope
for
that
good.
when your children ask for help, someone, is there to give it.
Jane with the
not to-
shade. Jane with the shade. Well, if your children ask for help, that there's somebody there. Jane with the shade right there.
If you know how to help.
You don't know how to help Harry. You just know how to word salad, and you're exploiting people's griefs and misrepresenting
At this point, we've got to the stage where old wouldn't be that.
It's something Donna just
did.
minutes before.
It's like,
because I know how much loss he suffered. But I knew that if I didn't say it,
that
what a manipulative bitch.
just the way I knew that you would be looking.
No, okay, this part again. This is again. Yeah, I know you feel bad for Jane Pauley, but either Jane Pauley is trying to gaslight the fuck out of us, and I'm sorry, I'm swearing, because the body language. If you look at these two body languages, there, any still that I do, you will see the body language. No matter where I stop it, you will see really terrible body language. Okay, let's look what Jane Pauley says.
That connects you to these families, and I see you touch your husband's hand, and just the way I knew that you would be looking.
Stop right there. I honestly believe that Harry was supposed to be holding her hand, but he wasn't into this shit. He was not with it. That's why, because it's like, well, you're not holding your hand, and look at that vein suddenly appear all the way down to her nose. Holy Jesus.
But why is Jane Pauley saying that?
I don't know. Maybe it was part of the script. I don't know.
I mean,
stupid. I caught on.
You know what I mean, Molly? This woman lost any little credibility she had. This is how she wants to end her career, being called a liar.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. It's just like Oprah.
Yeah.
Looking after each other if I went places. But the connection that you have with people is they know you had suffered too, personally. Contemplating killing yourself is what suicidal ideation was.
There you have it. So this is why she's an expert, because she lied about it.
Just because, well, she's not an expert.
No, but this is what she's saying, because this is why they're pitching this now in conjunction with Harry being on the Clinton Foundation and talking about the Columbia thing, because they want to become experts in the field based on her lies.
Everything is a lie with Meghan.
You know what I mean? She wants to be called an expert because she lied about this. And this is how they double down. And this is guys, top of the line gaslighting. They double down on the line, and they have on the lie, and they have access to networks that are stupid and corrupt to present them as true. And then they go into an even more corrupt foundation under which they model their own corrupt foundation, which is Clinton and Archwell is absolutely the model. So they want to be called experts because Meghan Markle lied, in my very humble opinion. This is why I had the disclaimer. Thank you, Molly.
No problem. Anytime.
And now she's
I will say it. I will say it. Meghan Markle 100% lied about being suicidal. She was never suicidal. And if Meghan thinks that I'm wrong, I dare her to come and sue me about that. I dare her. She won't. But I will put it out there, and I'm not even going to say allegedly. Meghan Markle was never suicidal.
No, it's our opinion. I don't think this bitch wanted to off herself.
No,
she
never.
Hair. I think she wants to be Sussex widow, the widow Sussex. I think she wants that. Yeah. But the funny thing is, this is what one of my little birdies told me, that the CBS thing was not supposed to be going off right that day. It was supposed to be after Harry had returned from all of this. But no. Apparently, she pulled in every favor there is to have that, because people have to remember that when Harry's talking about that, she is the real victim. She is the victim, Molly. Do you understand that?
Yeah. She's always the victim. It's always about her. It's always going to be about her. That's it.
And the donations, because the donations have dried up. It's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be very interesting to see, Molly, this year's tax things, because they went from 11 million to 2 million.
Yeah.
And so because we're talking about this idiot, that is if he's still there, because we're going to talk about this now. can green card holders, which is a legal resident in the United States, use medical marijuana in states where it's legal? Marijuana use is still treated as a crime under federal immigration law, even though many states have legalized medical or recreational use. As a result, evidence of marijuana use can be grounds to deport an immigrant or bar them from returning to the United States after traveling abroad. There's a good chance that you live in a state that has legalized the medical use of marijuana because over half the US states have done so. US citizenship is not even a requirement to obtain a medical marijuana card. I have to say it like that, guys, otherwise I get flagged. Although some states do require people to register with a government agency in order to take advantage of the law, including showing a state issued identification card to prove they live there. If you're not in the United States legally, you could have difficulty obtaining such identification. If you are a lawful permanent resident of the United States, a green card holder, and you don't yet have identification like a driver's license, ID card, however, you can apply for one by showing your green card. If you are a lawful permanent resident considering applying for a medical marijuana card, you should know the possible consequences if federal authorities find out. Because Yep. Yep. You get rid because even though you're legally, because legal immigrants are not bound by state law. They are bound by federal law. And because some of the states in the United States still don't have it legalized nationwide, yeah.
Yeah.
This article discusses the consequences of marijuana use for permanent residents. If you are not a permanent resident, you still risk deportation as discussed below.
Holy cow, my phone's going crazy. Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Then-
okay.
So this is for people because the Heritage Foundation, the visa thing went back, right?
Yeah.
But they're saying now that they're gonna appeal.
Well, you saw that I had posted an update, right? About
Let me
the
go to you.
foundation on my page. Yeah, because it shows that they have completely redacted a portion of Harry's of the
Oh yeah,
statement, right?
I have it here. I have that part. Yeah, I have they. It remind this. I made a comment about it. It reminded me when I was doing my legal court case in Norway, because everything was redacted, and my lawyer was, "Why are they redacting all of these things? This is insane.
Yeah.
This is absolutely insane." I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you this because actually,
I'm
that's-
just saying, if American taxpayers are paying for security for those two, they have every right to know what's going on. There's a UK prince in America trying to. Is Molly making dinner? Oh my God, you guys can hear me.
yes,
I made
Molly.
soup for my little one so that he has soup because he's been pouring buckets, so he has warm soup when he comes home. So I'm just like multitasking.
Yeah, but I think that Harry, there's a lot more things going on in the background. No, I don't mean you cooking. I mean,
look at all this redacted here. Like, they don't want people to know what Harry is up to and what he's doing. I get it that he can be labeled as a private citizen, but when you go and divulge all of your illegal substance use, when you go on TV and open the door to that, people want to know. Because many, many people who have tried to come to America to live out the American dream have gotten turned away, or if they were found out that they were dabbling in illegal substances, they've had all of their possessions taken away and they've been kicked out of the country. Prince Harry is literally throwing this in everyone's faces and is like, look at me, I'm in America, I'm doing all these illegal drugs, I'm telling it to everyone, and I'm writing it in my book, and I'm mentioning it in interviews, and nothing's going to happen to me, while other people suffer consequences.
Yeah, and I want people to understand that what Harry did, the reason why I read that article, and I've done quite a few, my video of today, please go watch it, is about this. Because what people don't understand is that he's entitled, he's absolutely entitled to privacy when he's filling out an application. But once he goes and publicly admits to committing a crime, and I'm going to tell you when, for example, there's many instances in this spare book where he said, but I'm going to give you the one of the even smallest ones, that when he was at Tyler Perry's house while Meghan and the kid were sleeping, he went outside in the garden and rolled a joint. Okay, this man has done tours, gone on shows, talk shows, bragging about the use of drugs, past use and current use, because he's advocating for them. You know, ayahuasca and all of those things. He even did that thing with the doctor and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That is a federal crime. So I don't understand why the Heritage Foundation has not gone after that. And I'm going to tell you something, guys, because it is a federal crime. Any person in the United States can report him. And the
He
district attorney
self-snitched.
has to follow it, because it's like him putting in the book, I went outside and I killed a woman. I know
Yeah.
it's a much harsher crime, but still he's talking about a crime that he has not been punished for. He's admitting to a crime. Once he says that he has committed that crime openly, people have to investigate it and show how this man was allowed in. So under those conditions, the Heritage Foundation should have gone after that, but I guess they don't want to go after the harsher one, because this is law 101, that Harry's not subject to
Mhm.
state law. He's subject to federal law. And in the book, there are at least 17 instances where he admits to doing drugs in the United States after he moved.
Well, do you remember you read that little article and NT caught you on it and he said that it is on a case by case basis, right?
Oh yeah, that's the one with the A1 visa.
Yeah. So even Harry, like it's obvious he is getting special treatment, because if anyone else did it, like he self-snitched. He went on TV and he told us all what he did. He snitched on himself, and everyone, like, we're all supposed to turn a blind eye, like, oh, it's okay. Harry hasn't even paid taxes in the 4 years that he's been in America making money. Make that make sense.
Harry's not a diplomat. He's not on a diplomatic visa. He's not on a diplomatic visa. I know that for a fact. I know which visa he's under, and it's not a diplomatic visa. That people should stop saying that. I already have. You guys know I used to work for that, and I got and I had confirmation he's not on an A1 visa. The truth is far simpler than that. It's going along the lines of filling out an ESTA online. You know that everybody who's not an American citizen, you must fill that out, right? Online. When you travel to the United States, it's called ESTA. It's something that you pay $21. It's mandatory. If you don't fill it out, you can't get in. You know, when for countries that you don't need a visa to go to the States. Because as a British citizen, Norwegian, or Canadian, we don't need a visa per se to go to the United States. But we do need to fill out an ESTA form online. I'm sure many of you know what that is. It has to do a lot more with that. He's not on a diplomatic visa. He's more along the lines of POV, that he probably never really filled anything out. He's on a green
what
card,
I've
but now
said
he's getting
too.
protection.
I've said that when they went over from Canada and they took Tyler Perry's jet, I bet you he never even filled any forms.
Yeah, probably he didn't even do the ESTA. He probably didn't even do the ESTA thing, which is mandatory.
Nothing. And I see there's a comment here from Truthsayer that's letting everyone know that cannabis is legal in California and you can buy it if you are over 18. Yes, it is legal for people who are residents, who are US citizens, right? It's not like if you're a visitor, like Harry is a visitor, he cannot legally obtain it. He cannot go into the store and they won't sell it to him.
Yeah, we just spent telling you that even this is the mistake that residents make, and I just read the article that you are in trouble because people are confused that because the drug is legal in the in California, they think that can take it because they're legally there, and the thing is with legal immigrants and residents or holders of green cards that you are not bound by state law. If you are bound by federal law. This is why the article clearly states the following. And I'll read it again. The marijuana use is still treated as a crime under federal, not state law, federal immigration law, even though many states have legalized medical or recreational use. As a result, evidence of marijuana use can be grounds to deport an immigrant or bar them from returning to the United States after traveling abroad, even if they have a legal green card. So, being a legal resident, you are not bound by state law. You're bound by federal law. It's only when you become a U.S. citizen, and Harry's not a U.S. citizen. This is the form that Harry was supposed to have filled out, the ESTA application. Okay. So, for example, I have already an existing one because I'm Norwegian and Canadian, so as a Canadian, I filled it out. So you need to renew it every 5 years or so, right? I don't think, like, I agree with you. I think he came in the plane and he didn't even fill this out and he got special privilege. And I agree with you because you also said that probably this is why they couldn't find the form. Remember in the court case when they said that they needed 2 weeks to look for it?
Yeah, of course. Why would you need to look for it? Everything's digital. Because there was no form. He's just Harry is just getting pass by pass by pass. He's getting passes for everything. It's obvious. He's the king's son. He's always going to get a pass. And right now it feels like with him attending these panels, it's like he is representing the king, in my opinion, because remember, it says that on the website that Prince Harry is still representing the king and the Commonwealth. So,
and only heads of states were there, or former heads of states were there, and Harry's
not a head of state. Let's be honest.
Unless he's representing somebody, Molly.
Unless if he's representing King Charles.
Because he has a private security, yet it wasn't the private security he was with there. Yeah. Okay, so the role of the royal family, members of the royal family the members of the royal family work together to support the king in his official duties. King Charles did the Clinton Foundation too, right?
Yeah.
And these are the members of the royal family who work together to support the king in his official duties.
Yeah.
And who do we have at the bottom?
These two good ones.
Yep. And then
they're below Andrew now?
Oh yeah, he's still there.
No, but they're below Andrew?
Yeah.
I didn't know they got moved below Andrew.
Yeah, they were moved at the bottom, but they shouldn't be there at all. Look how professional this looks, Molly. Now, English, one thing that in legal people told me, the lawyers, that language is very important. And even a preposition can change the meaning of an entire sentence.
Yeah.
As announced in January 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have stepped back, not stepped down. There's a big difference. Step back means that, but you can step back in. Step down, you've stepped down, you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because they've stepped back. It's like, for example, Bezos. He's stepping back from the as a CEO, official CEO, but he still has a role. And they even admit it. But look, this is a professional thing that you're looking at here. This is them about the Duke of Sussex. The Duke is the younger son of the king and Diana. So they have updated this guy, guys. Okay. He was born at 420 September at St. Mary's Hospital. They can't say this. You know that those children.
Wait, hold on a second. Harry was born at 420?
Yeah.
No wonder he's such a...
Why?
That works perfectly. I never noticed that.
But
that's like the epic time for like stoners, right? Like when you go.
Oh my God! How do you know that, Molly?
420 is like a day when everyone goes and gets stoned that day.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And there's Meghan Markle in suits.
The fact that the royal family have a hyperlink to their website on this just still tells you that they're okay with them.
They're endorsing it. Here you go. Information. And look how the way that it is worded.
Hold on, sorry, before you go on, can you catch this super chat from Marty? Because it's just important. Sorry, hi everyone. I live in Florida and I'm waiting for the Hurricane Helen to arrive. What's up with Harry telling everyone he had a pic of his InvisiKids for his phone lock, then asking people what they had? Because Harry is a jerk. And we're sending you lots of thoughts and prayers, Marty. We hope that you're safe during the hurricane.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paula.
No. Thank you. I was looking at the other thing. That's why, you know, that when we're on the other window, we don't see it. So I'm just gonna thank you so very much for the super chats. Thanks so very much, guys. But it's just this thing with the Duke here. You know, information about the current work of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex can be found on their official website. Why not the commercial website?
Yeah.
Because it is a commercial website, and when you click on it, that you get the logos, you get looking very royal, and this was discussed. The Duke and Duchess were given their titles by Queen Elizabeth on the day of their marriage, because a monarch can absolutely give, remove, revoke, and limit all royal titles, styles, and dignities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the queen giveth, the king could taketh. So this is what we're dealing with, guys. This is literally what we're dealing with. So anybody in the United States of America, because Harry and Meghan, and then one of the things I talk about in my video today, because Harry cannot go and get drugs himself. Who is his supplier?
Oh, I bet you they probably pay someone under the table in California to deliver it to him. You
No,
can
well,
definitely.
Meghan can go. Meghan can legally don't go
Oh,
and don't.
she can get it from Doria. Doria can get her hands on it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you see, if they're giving drugs to Harry, who's not supposed to have him, they're breaking the law.
Yeah, they've been breaking laws and nobody's done shit. They've lied to the high courts and no one's done anything.
I have a feeling, you know, with this Hunter Biden thing, I
don't
have a
know.
feeling, and the Heritage Foundation, I hope they're listening. I tagged them on my video today. You
Mhm.
should go, and any citizen in the United States, especially New Yorkers, go and report Harry for consumption of drugs while being an immigrant. It doesn't, because he's not a citizen. Yeah, because it is a federal crime. It's all over the United States. It's not a state. So anybody, for example, somebody in New York can say, how come our taxes is paying for this guy who's doing drugs while being an immigrant or a legal resident? Because he's bound by federal immigration law, and he's breaking the law by admitting to having consumed drugs here in the United States of America.
Well, that's what the Heritage Foundation is doing right now. They're pushing it harder. The fact that the judge sealed it with a decision. So we'll see. But we got to get going here, right?
Yeah, me too.
1:20.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Thanks, everyone,
And
for
don't
being
forget to go
here.
watch that live with Molly when I'm actually gonna go watch it too. The
I don't know
live
when I'm
about
gonna do it.
the Invictus people and trash it. And I urge all of the U.S. citizens, New Yorkers especially, because I love you, New Yorkers. I know you pull no punches. Go to yours and to say, I want to know why my money is paying for security for this idiot who's a criminal, who's admitted to committing a crime and got paid for it because he got money for the book for admitting that he's a criminal.
Yeah. Vancouver
Anyways.
residents, BC residents can complain, and Vancouver residents, like, you should find out if how has that over $40,000 bill that Harry and Meghan left during their last visit in February, has that been paid yet? You should inquire about that. This is your
Oh, I
tax
forgot about
dollars.
that. I forgot
Yeah,
about
remember the RCMP and Vancouver PD had over $40,000 in overtime left over that the taxpayers are on the hook. No, Harry and Meghan should be on the hook for that.
What's FARA? Federal? What's that? I don't know
I
what
don't
that
know
is.
what Farah is.
Me neither. Anyways, thanks very much, guys. And we'll see
Thanks, guys.
MeghansMole. Thank you, beautiful people. Don't forget that you're also streaming your live. So say
Yes.
goodbye, Molly.
Okay, thank you everyone for being here, and thank you all for the super chats and super stickers, and thank you mods for being so awesome. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.